recording now. Amazing. I think everyone's here, so let's just jump straight into it. Today's session is on self-worth. Now, if we're thinking about this from a certain angle, we don't really get what we want in life. We get what we're in harmony with. I want you to think about that for a second. We don't get what we want. We get what we're in harmony with. Whenever we're thinking certain thoughts, they create certain feelings. Those feelings create us to act in a certain way. Now, we may want more money, but if we're not in harmony with it, it's very difficult for us to get it. It's kind of like money comes to the door and is knocking, and it's like, I'm here to help you out. I'm here to make your life easier. I'm here to help you build your business, to take your kids to school, to put food on the table. And you're looking at money and saying, you are the problem in my life. You cause greed. You cause so much problems in the world. Go away. I don't want you here. And you're slamming the door. You're not in harmony with allowing it to come in. And you can say that about health. Health's knocking. I'm here to make your life easier, to give you more energy, to make you vibrant. And you're like, no, you're time consuming because I have to go buy all these new recipes that I don't want to cook. I have to make hard choices. I don't get to eat what I want. Go away. You're not welcome here. And we close the door. We don't get what we want. We get what we're in harmony with. So if we're not getting what we want, we need to know straight up. Our thinking about that situation is causing an emotional state that's not welcoming it in. And this ties right into self-worth, because right now there's something that you're sitting there knowing that you want to bring into your life right now. You wish it was a little bit easier, but your thinking is actually rejecting it. I was in a state with my job and I just didn't believe that I could earn more money. I just didn't have that level of self-worth. I thought I was crap at my job. I thought I was unreliable. I thought I was just not very good. And then one day I started realizing, hang on, if I want to attract more of what I want into my life, I'm going to have to start thinking about this differently. I'm going to have to believe something different about myself. Like, I'm actually quite smart. I'm good at this in some ways. I can do these things. I started repeating to myself. I started saying, I am worth more money. I am willing to do the work to bring that money in. I am willing to step up and take on more challenges at work. And then what happened over a period of time, as I kept telling myself that, my emotional state changed, my actions changed. And then suddenly at work, they're like, hey, we're going to offer Dave new roles, new jobs, new things to do. And I started saying, yeah, I'll do that. Why? Because my level of self-worth went up. I believed in myself more. Normally I'd be like, oh, I don't know if I can do that if I'm the right person. But because I kept telling myself I could do it. When those opportunities came, I said, yes, I can do this. Now, one of the biggest blocks we experience to the good we desire is that we don't believe that we're worthy of it. We're not smart enough. We're not hardworking enough. We're not good looking enough. We're not healthy enough. We don't have the right morning routine. We don't have the right colored car, whatever it is for you. Could be anything that's stopping us. So I want you to have a think for a second. Are you worthy of earning more money? Why? Why not? Are you worthy of being healthier? Are you worthy of more love coming in? Are you worthy of more adventures? What's going to happen is you're going to start thinking some thoughts about why it's true or why it's not. And what we have to start understanding is by posing these questions, we're finding what's in our way. If you think that you have to be someone else before you can have it, and this is a big thing that most people have, is I'll accept the love in when I'm able to do these things, then I'm deserving of it. I'll accept more money in when I've got a better, understanding of this job and I've done this qualification. It's a bit of a chicken and egg situation. We're waiting for the outside world to tell us that we're worthy, that we've done something to deserve it. And it starts with us telling ourselves that, yes, we do. We deserve something more than what we've got right now. If you're going to wait for the world to tell you, for a result to come, for some person to magically show up and tell you, it's not going to happen. But you can start the ball rolling. You can make that choice to say, yes, I am worthy of this thing that I want. And it's a magical moment, but it can't be just this one-time thing where you're just going to say it one time to yourself in the mirror. You've got to keep doing it until you get in vibrational harmony with it. And then that's when it starts the attraction process. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do some journaling exercises that are going to help us build our level of self-worth. Now, I hope you guys are excited to do this because it's very, very powerful. And this is another tool to add to your tool belt. So I want you to grab a pen and paper, or you can just write it on your device that you're on right now, if that's what you want to do. And I want you to just write the heading, Mindful Mondays, and then self-worth. And then underneath that, just write the number 1. And I want you to have a think for a second. And I want you to pick something that you want right now, that you're struggling to acquire because you don't feel worthy of it. You're waiting for something to happen before you're going to feel worthy of it. So I want you to think of one thing. Maybe it's a better level of health. Maybe it's a job. Maybe it's a partner. Maybe it's that body that you've been dreaming of getting for when it comes around the summer. I just want you to write down something. Now, if you're anything like me, there's probably a plethora of things that come to mind, but just select one that we can work on today. And you can use this for anything. So don't worry, you can use it for anything at any time. So I want you to write down underneath that a number 2. And what I want you to do is now write down, what would life really be like if you were well on your way to acquiring this thing? Don't think unrealistically and say, oh, life's going to be perfect and amazing. That's not the case. We're going to have to do some work. We're going to have to make some changes. So think realistically. What would your life be like on the journey to acquiring this thing? So start seeing yourself as making progresses, nearly being there. Maybe that book's nearly finished. Maybe that video you want to make is nearly done. I want you to just journal for a moment about what life would really be like. Maybe you might write down what time you might be getting up if you're working on this thing, how many hours you might be dedicating towards it. Maybe there's a course you might sign up for that you're doing. Maybe you're working with a coach, a personal trainer. What would it really be like? Now, underneath that question, I want you to leave a few lines in case you want to continue onwards after the session. And then below that, I want you to write a number 3 and ask this question. What would you need to believe about yourself for this to be able to come true in your life? Into the work that you're doing, the tasks required, what would you need to believe about yourself? Would you need to believe that you're hardworking, that you deserve to be loved for who you are, that you're smart enough? Or maybe it's that you could run 100 meters in under 10 seconds. I'm not sure what you're working towards. Just write down anything that comes to mind. Maybe you need to believe that you've got everything you need. Some of these might be things you already believe. Some of them might be things that you're struggling to believe right now. Just anything that would be helpful. And at any point, just take a deep breath. Relax your shoulders and just let your mind go there. Most of the time we try and protect ourselves from going to this place because it's difficult, it's unfamiliar. Let your mind go there. Give it permission. And again, if you want to leave a few lines, you can. You can expand on it a bit later. But underneath that, write the number 4. And I want you to write, what is the number 1 thing you would need to believe right now about yourself so that you can step into alignment with this thing that you desire, this change that you're trying to make? What's the number 1 thing? For me, it was believing that I was smart enough, that what I had to contribute was worthwhile. I had something worthwhile to contribute. Doing really well, guys. Not many people will take the time to do exercises like this and help themselves become the creators of their own reality. This is a great step. For some of you, it might be something you're already doing. For others, it might be something you've never done before. Either way, it's all about just showing up and allowing your mind to go to this place of expansion, of just seeing the best within yourself and thinking the best of yourself. It's a great place to be. Now, I've got a challenge for you guys. I would love for you to workshop that, what you just wrote there, into 1 sentence, 1 thing that you can say to yourself every day. So maybe write number 5, come up with 1 sentence, whatever it is that you want to put there to remind yourself. And I challenge you to say that every day for a week and just see how you go and how it changes how you feel. I always say, people always say to me, how many times should I say this, or how many? I'm like, you say it until you feel it. Once you can feel it, when you start feeling an emotion come up within you, that's when you start counting. It's all about creating that emotional state. Now, we're going to jump into a guided meditation now. So I want you guys to get yourselves nice and comfortable. You want to, I don't know, roll your shoulders around, move your neck from side to side, whatever it is that you need to do to get comfortable in the space. It's very important that you're not, sitting awkwardly or anything like that. You're in a spot where possibly you've got your back supported, but try and not have your head supported. So laying down will most certainly lead to going to sleep. If you can just keep your head in a position where you're in control of it, that should enable you to stay consciously awake and get the maximum benefit of this. Now, I just want to explain the breathing technique that we're going to be doing at the first part. It's like, I don't know if you guys have done the Tony Robbins morning priming, but we're going to be doing that today. It's basically where you put your arms up like this and you do inhales and exhales out, in and out through your nose quickly. And we do it in sets of like about 20 breaths. So you'll put your arms up like this and you'll do a breathing technique like this is to connect the breath and move your body a little bit and change your physiology just a tiny bit to allow us to get into a bit of a state that we want for this meditation. So just make sure nothing is around you, that you're not going to bang your elbows or anything like that, because you'll be doing this with your eyes closed. And I want you to just take a moment to arrive into the space. I'm going to put some music on now so that we can get into this meditation. Beautiful. All right, so I'm going to start playing the audio. Can you guys hear that okay? Amazing, perfect, perfect. Take a moment now to arrive into the space. Get yourself nice and comfortable. Do any movements that you need to. Put your hands on your thighs, palms down, palms up. Most important that you feel comfortable and that you're in a position that you're going to be able to stay in without moving. When you feel ready, just close your eyes and start becoming aware of your body. Does it feel warm? Does it feel cold? What's the temperature of the air around you on your skin? Notice how your eyes feel. The top of your head. Your arms. Your legs. Just noticing how you're feeling. We're going to get ready to do the breathing technique. So again, you just bring your hands up to about shoulder height, arms out, and on every in and exhale, you lift your hands up and down. And I'm going to do it with you. You should be able to hear me. And we're going to start this in 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Now let your hands come back down to your thighs. Bring them down. Let your breathing return to normal. And just notice how you feel. Feeling tingling. Whatever you're feeling, just notice it. And we're going to get ready to do it one time, and then we'll do it another time after that. So bring your hands up to beside your shoulders. We're going to do the inhales in 3, 2, 1. Awesome. You can stop. Bring your hands back down. And again, just notice how you're feeling. Is there any tingling? Do you feel good? Do you feel bad? Just notice anything that you're feeling. Now, we're going to do our last round of breathing. So again, bring your hands up to shoulder height. And we're going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. Awesome. Stop now. Bring your hands down. you to just rest them wherever feels comfortable. You rest them together, your thighs, up, down, whatever feels natural. Now we're going to go on a bit of a journey. I want you to think of an emotional state that you want to feel more of. Maybe it's confidence, self-love, power, thrive, health. Just think of an emotional state that you want to experience more of. You might have come to you, but I want you to just choose one for this exercise. And now I want you to think of a moment in your past that you experienced this emotion. Maybe it was a moment where you experienced it the most you've ever experienced it. Go back through some of the moments in your life and arrive in a moment where you're experiencing this emotion, even if it was just a little bit. That is completely fine. Now, let's start by seeing what you are seeing in that moment. So step into the moment and just notice, what can you see? Are you inside, outside? Is anyone there? Maybe even see what you look like. Maybe you had a smile. Maybe you look determined. Paint the image in your mind. And now I want you to think about what you can hear. What could you hear in that moment? What other people were saying, maybe what you're saying to yourself. Sounds of nature. What were some of the words or sentences you were saying to yourself at that moment? And now, I want you to think about what you were feeling in that moment. Bring that feeling into your body right now, whatever that emotion is. What does it feel like to feel that emotion? Feel it in every fiber of your body. How do your shoulders feel? How does your face feel? just allow your body to completely feel that emotion, like it's happening right now. And now I want you to go back in time to another moment where you experienced that emotion. When else have you experienced it, even a little bit? What was happening then? I want you to really challenge yourself. When was a moment that you felt that emotion in the last week? Maybe you missed it because you didn't notice it. What's a moment in the last week when you know you could have felt that emotion more fully than you did? And now, let's move into a future moment. Something that you're wanting to experience in a moment, maybe in a week, maybe in a month. Maybe there's something coming up where you really want to experience this emotion. I want you to go to that moment right now and see it like you would be seeing it if you're feeling that way. See it turning out how you want it to from that emotional state. With more confidence, love, calmness of mind. See it going how you want it to go. What are you saying to yourself in that moment? It's going really well. What's your internal dialogue to yourself? How are you pumping yourself up or enjoying it? And lastly, I want you to feel that emotion completely, as if that moment is happening right now. Just feel your whole body just fill up with that emotion. All you're experiencing right now, in the future situation, and right now in your body. Feel yourself just fusing with that emotional state of being. Feel it in your feet all the way to the top of your head. And allow yourself to just feel so grateful that you've been able to experience this feeling ahead of time, and that you now know how to get into this state. And whatever emotion it was that you were exploring today, I want you to say to yourself 3 times in your mind, I am whatever it is, and just repeat it 3 times. Amazing. Amazing. And now we're going to come back into the space. So I want you to start moving your toes, moving your fingers, moving your body a little bit, becoming aware of the temperature of the room, the weight of your body on the surface below you. When you feel ready and you feel like you're coming back into the space, you can open your eyes. Namaste. Amazing work, guys. Well done. First of all, I want you guys to just congratulate yourself for just being here. So just give yourself a little bit of a pat on the back. I actually like to do this physically. Like, it's actually kind of nice. Like to say, oh yeah, I did a good job. I did well. I turned up. Probably wasn't how I thought I'd see my Monday nights going, but I actually turned up and I gave myself this space to explore a new idea, let my mind explore something new, and get my head around an idea that I maybe want to adopt more for myself. Because here's the thing, more self-worth, I don't think anyone is ever going to say, yeah, I don't want any of that. Don't want any more of that. No, I love myself completely, so much already. I'm completely fine as I am. And, you know, some people are, that's okay as well. But I want to thank you all for being here. It's been a great session. I hope you enjoyed it. The way that we do this now is anyone can just leave, or if you want to stay on for a little bit longer and just have a chat about anything that came up for you, if there's a question maybe you have,